There's your cold start. All right, guys. Good morning. It is Saturday, January, I think it's the 11th today, 2025. Got some, I think, some pretty exciting content today. We are going to start cleaning up the old bank barn. So we've got an excavator here. We're going to have tractors and a dump wagon. So it should be lots of action. So hopefully we can get most of the barn tore down today and all the wood material hauled away out back so we can burn it at a later date. And then we might, since the excavator's here, we might tackle some of the foundation just to open up the yard a bit. And that way it's easier to get equipment to and from the other shed to the shop. So tag along. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Let's go do some chores first. That way we can maximize our work hours in the daylight. Well guys, here it is, all set up. My cousin Mitch, he's gonna come run the excavator today. So he's not here yet. We still got a few things in the barn that we gotta get pulled out. But yeah, I think that's a pretty good thumbnail too. So let's give her. All right, just in the goat barn, cattle barn here. So let's get these guys fed. I do have my magnet mount, so be able to set you guys in spots now that I can do stuff two-handed. Well, get these guys fed and then I'll push some feed up. And it won't be long and I'll just push this hay up out of the way. Update on the little kid I had to give a boost in the last video. I think he was a little bit premature. I thought he was on time, but based on his size, and then I checked how many teeth he had in. He didn't have a full set of teeth. So I think he was a little premature. Mainly the size. And the reason I say the size, because if he's a single, he has more room to grow, more resources to pull off of the mom. So theoretically, he should get bigger. And the size of the kid actually doubles in the last week of gestation. So they go through quite a rapid growth the last week of gestation. And so I would probably say he was half the size he should have been. So I want to say he wasn't a week early, but he was probably 3 or 4 days early. And that makes a huge difference because there's obviously stuff not fully developed. They might look developed on the outside, but chances are there was maybe his heart wasn't fully developed or something, and he just wasn't firing at all on all cylinders. So that's the unfortunate downside or the dark side of farming, but they're not all gonna make it. But you can see the other ones that we got here. They're all doing well, running around, and knock on wood, they actually all look really good and are actually, I think, growing extremely well. I think they're all way past their birth weight now, being a week old, and yeah, they're moving around really good. So feed scraped up for the cattle. I'll just shovel that in, and then we'll go have a look at the calf barn. And I think then we'll get a tractor started because I'm borrowing a dump wagon from a neighbor. So I need to have the tractor warm up. I think it was minus 10 or 11 this morning. But it's above freezing here in the barn. So it's amazing what that manure pack and the cattle can do at keeping the barn above freezing. All right, so The tractor we're going to use to run the dump cart is the first one in the door here. We're going to use our 7270R, mainly because it's the first one in the door. So it looks like, I think to get this thing out, I got to move most of my skid steer attachments and that blade. But that's not a big deal because we will get this thing fired up, and since it was cold, we're going to let it warm up a little bit and get to temp before we try and move it. Essentially the oils and within the motor and transmission, when it gets cooler, the oils become more viscous, so harder to pump. So you want to make sure your engine's warmed up before you put it under load or go on the road. It's just that way the transmission and the engine are properly lubricated, and they'll work, and the transmission will shift. So we'll get it warming up, and then I'll go grab the skid steer, and we'll get all these attachments moved, and by then probably it'll be warmed up enough that we can move it and go pick up that dump wagon. Tractor has glow plugs, so hopefully with it being inside and there's no draft on it, it's not as cold. So once the glow plugs are down, we can try it. There we go. No cool cold start. If I wanted that, I would have started the Magnum back there, but this tractor's got a heated seat and a nice cab, so on a winter day, it's probably a little nicer. So I don't know who will be running the dump cart, whether it'll be myself or my brother. Maybe we'll trade off a little bit, try and get some footage from different angles on the ground. Maybe even get you guys up in the excavator with my cousin Mitch. It's probably better he runs the excavator, because we would have to change the title probably from tearing down old bank barn to Farmer Rex excavator in attempt to trying to tear down his old bank barn. So we'll get this warming up. Let's go get the skid steer and get that stuff moved out. And looks like too we need to get a bit of fuel in here. So it's pretty fuel efficient, but probably not a bad idea to have a bit of fuel in here. I don't think I'll burn a whole tank, but I'll probably just put a little bit in. That way I'm not running, sitting with the tank completely empty in the shed. Because what happens sometimes too with that freeze thaw, we get condensation in the tank, and then you get water in your fuel. So it is probably a good idea that we are going to run it today, and I'll add a bunch of diesel fuel so we don't have that issue with condensation in the fuel tank. Well, I thought I could get this thing out without starting another engine, but looks like we get to go fire up the old girl, the 1256. Oh. Let's go fire it up. Hopefully it starts. It does not have glow plugs, but we can give it a little bit of August air or July air, as some guys call it. So this is just some ether or starting fluid. So it helps this thing start. I'm gonna go give it another shot. There's your cold start. So, anyways, that's good. Probably wouldn't have got it started without that starting fluid. It was pretty cold, but good set of batteries on her. So, definitely want these old girls to warm up for a little bit. So we'll let it warm up and go see what the guys are doing in the barn. Moving it at an idle, but you can definitely tell it's cold because the power steering, that hydraulic oil is not really warm. So probably just let it run for a bit because it did turn over, and we do like to run it a little bit. We don't just like start it up, move it, shut her down. Yeah, I picked this thing up in auction. It's a 1256 standard. The UIH fans will know what that means. It's also got a 4-digit serial number, so it means it wasn't a row crop one. It was originally a standard, and it was built in '69. So I'll go into more depth on how we ended up with this tractor in a later video, but I think it's probably a cool story. So, all right, we should be good to go now. Well, at least I got room to turn. Oh, hit the skid steer bucket, but I'd rather hit that skid steer bucket or nudge it than hit that old tractor of ours. So, all right, well, we're gonna pop over, pick that up, that dump wagon up from our neighbor. Shouldn't be too long, and then I'm back, and hopefully by then they'll have got some of the electrical components, finished taking them out of the barn, and our excavator operator is here, and then we can get at her. So I don't know, I'll try that YouTube thing. I'll just snap the fingers and see where it do it the fast way. All right, so got the dump wagon. Roads are a little treacherous, so we're not really going flat out. So this is a repurposed rock truck. So they took the power unit off of it, welded a tongue up. So there is a bit of weight behind it, but it'll be good. The box is nice and heavy, so when we're smashing the old barn up, we're not having to worry about wrecking it. We'll probably use it to move some of the concrete foundation as well too. So yeah, just driving is pretty cool. Nice winter day, fresh blanket of snow, so you can see where all the coyotes walked and chasing squirrels and stuff like that on the side of the road. So we'll see you guys when we get back to the farm. All right, so we're gonna get started at it. There's Mitch, he's gonna go. So hopefully we can stick to plan A. Maybe we'll be at plan B, but anyways, get this all picked up. Alright, well, I should probably pay attention so I don't get hit with anything with stray wood. We'll give you guys updates throughout the day when we're cleaning up. Alright, we're going to give her a shot. I'm going to pull the rest of the roof, try and pull the rest of the roof down because we've got some feeders in there we're trying to get out. And I think they're going to have to come out over the top. What do you think of that? So we're going to try and sort the steel from the wood because steel doesn't burn and it's worth more as scrap. I can tell you I wouldn't be as good. I would be completely useless. Well, he's going to keep tearing stuff down and then we'll sort it out. And then when he's got enough wood, we'll load that into the dump wagon. And then we'll probably just keep piling the steel up in the front corner in here. And we'll probably crunch it down in manageable sized pieces and we'll use our little skid steer to take it over. We've got a scrap bin that we'll put it in and keep it separate from the wood. So we're loading up the roof there. So originally this barn had wood shingles on it. My grandpa and I guess my dad's uncle Keith, when they were in their teenage years, they were up there and they put new shingles on the roof. And then I don't know when they put steel on it, but they put steel on some of it. They probably put steel on, I don't know. I'm gonna guess probably in the 80s or just before the 80s. So the barn's is about 150 plus years old. So it's been around for a while. essentially what took it down was excess snow, and we weren't the only ones in the area. Actually, just up the road, my neighbor, he lost his old bank barn. I think the electrician that came and disconnected all the hydro out of there, I'm pretty sure he was saying there was like either side of 25 buildings he did personally. So this snow event back in first week of December, we woke up Monday morning to 2-3 feet of snow, and then it got warm and it got hot, and then that started to get heavy, and then it froze and stuck to the roofs, and then we got more snow, and that's essentially what took it down, was excess snow load. So in the Lucan area, we were quite affected by that snow. So there's a lot of barns and coverall buildings and older buildings that are down. So it's just the joys of living in Canada. You know, we were taking this barn down regardless, but I know some other barns that it wasn't in their short-term plan to remove that barn. I think one was a pig barn, and they were able to get the pigs out, no problem. But yeah, it's amazing how long these barns have lasted. And honestly, we thought we would maybe get a couple more years out of it. But anyways, here we are. It's a little bittersweet. I know Dad and Grandpa would probably have had a harder time parting with the barn than my brother and I, but there's a lot of memories in that barn. Yeah, so I might do a whole like when we do the farm tour, we might do the farm history. We got aerial photos so you can see how the barn has changed over the years. And I think it's good that I was going to document this whether I had a YouTube channel or not. I think it was going to be something that I wanted to document, so when my kids are older, they can go back and watch and see what their dad and uncle were doing when they were running around being toddlers and just doing kid things without a care in the world. They're just cattle feeders. It doesn't matter. Paint's wore off them anyways. Got some four-legged friends. If my dad was here, he'd have the shotgun and have missed that rat. He wouldn't have killed it. He would have spared its life. Would have gave it a few warning shots. Well, that came out a lot easier than it went in. Update.
Like when you just click into it, does it automatically hook the hydraulics up?
Yeah, all the hydraulic connections are on the inside of that coupler.
Yeah, because I was wondering, I'm like, that'd be a pain in the ass getting the hoses every time.
Well, we're gonna try and get these feeders out. That's why we had to bust this wall out. So hopefully,
That's what's coming down. I don't know whether you have.
hopefully we can get them out without messing them up too bad. All right, well now we're pulling these feeders out. I think we still got a cement lag holding the front down. So we're gonna have to cut that out.
You pry it up, well, I guess it
Should be able to move it now.
Everybody get the hell out of here.
All right, take two was a lot easier. Went a lot smoother too. So we're just gonna rechain it so we can lift it up over the wall. And then I think we're gonna pull some more of that wall down there to get that third one out. And then once these feeders are out, then he's just gonna start smashing stuff down and getting it down on the ground. Got a small leak on the, I guess on the grapple. So he said they've got spare hoses at the shop. So we're just gonna smash stuff down and use the grapple for a little bit. And then likely, he said he'd just pick up another hose on his way back tomorrow, swap that out and finish cleaning this thing up tomorrow. So probably gonna be a two-part video. So keep getting some action today, and then we'll probably have some more action tomorrow once we get the grapple back working. Putting a skylight in the barn. Yeah, I'm worried. Wow, that thing's it's a shame it fell down, but he's not giving up. Well, he's probably got some fun for an hour or two.
The ideal spot. You get a tire ready to go.
So we just got the excavator trying to push it from the other side. It's kind of like T-Rex in Jurassic Park opening the door.
Remember that pulley's up there. They're the chicks.
Fred and Ryan will be, he'll be in tears.
They likely worked on
what the hell's going on? It's broken. They're all. Yeah, uh-oh. Who's gonna fix it now? How hard is it hooked into the south arm? Just kind of touch on with steel, or? Yeah. It's actually open.
Yeah, it says
From, now.
Well, she's coming down. Not much left standing. No. Well, you having fun, Mitch?
Oh, yeah.
Hey? Yeah, double. Double.
Yep. I almost
Hey guys, I totally forgot to record kind of a wrap-up cut of what we had going on today. I'm going to make this a two-part video. We didn't get quite the entire barn tore down. So hopefully tomorrow we get the rest of it tore down. We're going to have the grapple bucket fixed back up. So we'll have some more videos of hauling stuff back and forth. And we should be able to take the rest of the barn down. We are hoping that the front wall we're able to take down all in one piece, and maybe take the grinder and cut the O'Neill Farms out off the front of it. I'd like to
take that and then mount that somewhere else on the farm as like a farm sign, something to keep from the old bank barn. I think it'd be kind of a cool idea. So anyways, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when the next video comes out. Till next time, keep her between the ditches.